Right, Lockie, you talked about your choddies earlier. I thought we'd have a little closer look at them. So you mentioned you're using them on tubing?
Yep, just using it with a chopper dropper there. So
Clever little system, that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, so simple, but just so effective as well. It just drops the lead. So
let's see exactly how it works then.
Basically, that would melt. The foam would melt.
So that just pops through there.
Yeah, and then that would just shake off, just pull off. So by that time, your rig would be down to here.
So you can wang it as hard as you like.
Yeah,
the lead's not going to come off.
You can cast it over 100 yards and it wouldn't be a problem. And obviously with this rig, you've got no chance of it actually tangling, so you can feel confident fishing at 100 yards or whatever, you know. So
that is one of the great things about the chod rig, isn't it? I know you've been using it a lot at home. Sort of suits your style of fishing quite a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I only do quick overnighters for a lot of my time. Just get there early in the morning and cast the showing fish basically, and you know that it's going to be sitting right. You're fishing 90% of the time, and with sometimes a bottom bait rig can be covered by weed or whatever. So
exactly. Yeah, I think a lot of the time bottom bait rigs, it only takes the tiniest little bit of movement, doesn't it?
Yeah,
and,
even the
wind.
wind
might not be fishing.
Even the wind can move it, can't it? The weed, you know. So, but with this,
just sitting there poised all the time, and ready to bite. Right. Okay then. So this is the tungsten tubing. So as you've got all that weight there.
New tungsten tubing. Obviously, you can see how heavy it is.
Yeah. Yeah, nice.
So that'll take any sort of contours at the bottom up. I usually fix my chod about 12 inches away from the lead, and then I have a sort of an 8-inch gap, whatever you're fishing over, so it falls down. Some people fish their bead a lot higher, some people don't fish a bottom bead, they just leave it completely running, but I like to sort of fix mine so you better indication, I think. So that's what I've found anyway.
Yeah, and it's only got a sort of certain amount of movement before everything comes into play, hasn't it?
Yeah, so we've got the hooking arrangement, obviously the new Chodder hook out. You can feel how sharp that is.
This is a prototype, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been testing them for about 14 months now.
I've got a wicked point on them, isn't they?
Ultra sharp, yeah.
And then little loop, little ring.
Yeah, little 3mm ring on the D-ring set up, and then just crimp from there, so you've got a nice little bit of flexi.
I know a lot of people do have trouble tying that knot, don't they, to get the choddies really short, so bringing a crimp into it just makes your life so much easier.
Yeah, I mean, you can fish it literally. I mean, I've got one there that's like an inch pop up basically, and you can go right the way up to sort of however you want to.
Really neat. And the other great thing about that is the fact that you've got that loop there, so it's an extra bit of movement, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just literally, it can spin 360 degrees. You've got obviously the flexi ring swivel there, little size 11 one, and you've got so much movement there. Even if it does get picked up and ejected, it's going to be back up, sitting there ready fishing for the next one if they get away with it the first time, but I don't think they usually do. So.
Nah, that's right. Okay, so that's your tubing one for fishing here. What would be your preferred setup for fishing at home?
The one for at home would be basically the chod on the main line.
It's so neat and inconspicuous, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
sort of lay it on the bottom.
Totally invisible through weed, through clay.
It's another good one for sort of light flossy weed, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if I was fishing over light flossy weed, I'd move the beads up a bit further so it would settle.
And you just sort of have it, so
yeah, just sinking down into it, and you get so many takes fishing in the weed. It's the way forward, basically, I think.
It's very similar to how I fish it, I'll be honest with you. Chopper dropper on the end there again.
Yeah, always use a chopper dropper. I just want to get rid of that lead as soon as possible.
Got to say, mate, I do love that pattern of hook. Looks awesome.
It is, mate. Yeah, I've had so many takes on this sort of setup now, so we've got them in black as well now. They're the last of the prototypes, and basically they're going to be ready tides as well, so everyone can get to use them. Yeah, and that's that one, Joe. And then we've got the one straight onto the lead core. Same setup again with a chopper dropper, with the beads, ready-made lead core from Atomic. A
lot easier then. Just
yeah, I mean, it's just for people who can't tie the splices and that, you know. So it's already ready tied. Comes part of the chopper dropper kit. There's
the old crimp again. I noticed the other day actually when you had that fish, you cut your rig off in the net. What was that all about?
Yeah, I like to get my bait out as quick as possible. So while the fish is in the net, rather than trying to unhook them, I just literally nip it off and let the fish have a 5-minute rest in the net, and basically within like 2 minutes.
So you've got your rigs there ready to go?
Yeah, I have my rigs already tied, and then basically I just put them back through. And just get my little crimping tool.
That's so much easier than tying a knot, isn't it?
Just slip a lead back on, obviously, because you would have lost the lead. You're back out again with a fresh rig, fresh hook, and the fish is still in the net. and then you're fishing again.
Can make a big difference on the waters where they you know, got quite a few fish in, haven't
Yeah, I mean, literally sometimes you can, whilst you're weighing the fish and sorting it out, your rod can rip off again. Like getting it back out on the spot as quickly as possible is one of my probably biggest advantages catching fish. You know, you can literally have takes within minutes. You know yourself, like when you're fishing 3 rods and you've got 2 rods on one spot, one can go and then the next one can go. If you're only fishing 1 rod on the spot, whilst you're weighing that fish and doing all your pictures and that, which sometimes can take like 15 minutes, you could have the rod back out of the water and have another fish.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about banking the fish at the end of the day, isn't
Well,
it?
that's it, you know, especially when you come to these sort of venues, you know, people spend a lot of money, don't they? They save up for it throughout the year, and you want to maximise your time whilst you're here, really, don't you?
That's it, yeah. So literally you're fishing again within minutes, and like fish, you know yourself, they're moving in shoals. So if you all the time that rod's out of the water, you're losing an opportunity of missing a fish, basically, I think. So
spot on. All right, then, mate. Well, fancy a brew?
Yes, mate. Yeah, one of them famous Joe Morgan teas.